good afternoon, folks. I have been on quite the hiatus. Just got really busy on a project over in town. Couldn't really do any filming there. It wasn't really the right time and place to be filming, so I didn't film. I know I've seen a lot of you guys, not a lot, but 3 or 4 of you guys comment and asking me where I've been. This is going to be a little video explaining where I've been, why I haven't been able to film, kind of updating you guys on what's going on out here at the farm. That's where I'm at right now. Not sure if I got the job yet. I was supposed to have it. They're using somebody else's dirt. So I'm not real sure what the deal is, but I'm going to go ahead and do my due diligence anyway. This brush pile is sitting in the way of where I've got to rob about 1,000 loads of red dirt out of this hillside. It's a pretty steep hill. It's not really good for anything. So just decided to rob the dirt out of this hillside here. I've got to re-grip that cherry trees. It's alright if it sticks out the back pretty good ways, but I got to keep that stuff off the top of the cab. But anyway, just kind of getting ready to possibly strip this if they give the go ahead, because I've got 200 or 300 loads over there across the pond that I still can cut out, and then I can take all my pond dirt and fill that hole back in like I wanted to do to begin with. That's the biggest reason I stopped digging the pond out, because I ran out of room to put the dirt. Ran out of time to mess with it, and ran out of room to put the pond dirt. It's not very good dirt. It can't really be. I could probably sell it for, fill dirt, but it's not compactable. It's a little on the wetter side, so it'd be good for good for filling in a sinkhole or something along those lines. But anyway, back to why I haven't been filming. Been on a job over in town, having to put in a bunch of storm drains and stormwater retention ponds and stuff like that. It wasn't really the best time or place to be filming. It just really wasn't really appropriate to be filming over there. So I just chose not to. Hope you guys can understand that. Had to, didn't really have the time to do it to begin with, because I was in and out and talking to inspectors and all. It was a lot to handle and try to film all of it at the same time. It just wasn't going to work out. Plus, the owner didn't really want us filming over there, so that's why I haven't been filming, guys. This is going to be the first video back in a pretty good while. We just got the compactor, the 963, and a motor grader. We're renting a friend of ours, an old military motor grader. We've got to fix a parking lot for a block supply company here kind of local in town. It's all bumpy and uneven, and it's making it. They're having a hard time putting their blocks on these trucks because the parking lot's so bumpy on them. So basically, what we're going to do is go over there and it's a very hard parking lot. We don't have a bulldozer with rippers on it anyway. So that's kind of one of the reasons we got that motor grader. Is it's got a big set of scar fires on it. It'll be able to rip that parking lot up, and it's just a stone parking lot, but it's been so compacted over the years that you can't cut it with a bulldozer. You can't cut it with our bulldozer. sold the D6 in. It's gone. Sold it to a local guy here in town. He's a plumber, does septic systems, kind of does a little dirt work here and there. He was really looking for a D6N, and I wasn't really ready to sell it, but he asked me if I wanted to sell it. Told him what I wanted for it, and needless to say, it worked out good for both parties. I made a little bit of money off of it, selling it. Paid for all the work I did out here at the farm, and he got a really, really good bulldozer that he knows. You know, I wouldn't lie to him, because he's a local guy. He knew I wasn't going to screw him over, sell him a junk machine. So, but that's kind of where we're at, guys. That's where I've been. Just been very busy. Got a lot going on here out at the farm. Topsoil business is doing really well. Selling red dirt. Everything's going really well, guys. I just wanted to kind of update you on what's been going on, and I'll be hopefully back filming everything on the regular now that we're off that job. It was just it was a lot. Things were done a little backwards on that job, so it made it really difficult for us. So that's where I've been. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna load up another couple of loads of this, let you guys watch, and should get it all hauled today, and then we may start on that parking lot tomorrow, and we may not. I don't really know yet. Don't have a big game plan yet on what we're gonna do there just yet. But I'll get this load loaded up here, guys, and then I'll turn this camera back on when we make a little more progress. Come on, scoot over, Cat. I was yapping and then clean all this stuff up for him. You didn't want to run it over. It's just a stick. It ain't gonna. It's just sticks. It ain't gonna bust those tires, I promise. Not especially not an empty. But I guess better be safe than sorry. But yeah, actually, I was renting this bucket off my local cat dealer, and they decided they didn't want to rent it, or they were letting me borrow it, let me rephrase that, and let me demo it out, because I wanted a bucket that the thumb tines went in between the teeth, and I didn't have one, and they found me this bucket, and it actually had a plate, a smooth plate welded on it across a set of old teeth. So they put a new set of teeth on it for me, and I've been using it for about 6 months. And they're like, "Hey, do you want to buy this bucket, or do you want to, give it back?" And it's an older bucket, so to them it was an older bucket. It was 4 or 5 years old, and they weren't too concerned about it. So they basically told me to make them an offer on it, because they were trying to clean up their inventory. They were getting ready to move to their new building, and they were trying to tie up loose ends and clean up. Just, I guess it was on the list of stuff that they had to get taken care of. But ended up selling me the bucket for a very, very, very good price. Worked out great. But alright, guys, that's that load there. I'm gonna let him go. I'm gonna clean all this up here where he doesn't drive on top of me again. Oh, some of it fell out of the truck. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna try to be back filming on the regular again. It's just I've been so daggum busy, guys, and like I said, it wasn't a very good place to be filming. Just had too much going on and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm gonna get this stuff cleaned up and then try to get the rest of this brush hauled, and then I'm gonna go back there in the back and stack it up, and we'll have us a hell of a fire out here one of these days. Need to try to get all this stuff burnt before I need this Traco. I've got a big pond job coming up that I gotta go to, and I'll have to have this Traco and the back dump at it, so it won't have the access to that stuff anymore out here at the farm for a while. So I got to do my best to get all that stuff cleaned up and get all that brush burnt, get it out of the way. Been slowly but surely gathering up prices from contractors. The stuff that I'm gonna get done for my house. Just building me probably a 2,400, maybe 2,000 square foot barndominium. Haven't really decided yet what I'm gonna do with that just yet. Just kind of depends on price. If there's a huge difference in price, but yeah, guys, I'm gonna get the rest of this stuff moved, and I'll turn this camera back on here in a minute. All right, folks, I got you set up on the Traco here. I'm gonna push all this stuff up in the pile and probably haul it off in the morning. But I got all the brush moved, and starting to look a little better around here. Alrighty, folks. Got that all cleaned up. I've got to run this afternoon, so I'm not gonna have time to load that in the back dump and haul it back there in the back. But there's a big old knot right there. I think you can see it on camera, but that's where I'm gonna steal the majority of my red dirt from when I get done over there on that side. But just wanted to get this burn pile cleaned up, get it out of the way, because there's gonna be, if everything goes right, there's gonna be trucks coming in this road here, back it, pulling up and getting, we're gonna make the pull that way. So, but so far so good guys. But appreciate everybody watching. Hopefully gonna get back to making videos every other day if I can. But that's gonna be a wrap on this one, guys. I appreciate everybody watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.